saw great comedy on an evening at the Improv.
Thank you very much. I thought my routine was wonderful. The next young man is a very funny guy who has opened for the Four Tops and has appeared on numerous comedy shows. Please welcome Jeff Marder.
Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. Good night. This is fun. This is good. I was here about 7 months ago, and I had a Butterfinger bar, and today I got the last of it out of my teeth, so I feel a certain deja vu dental hygiene thing. Can you imagine 7 months out? There's the spring, and now the winter solstice. Food that sticks to our teeth is no good for us. Food that sticks to our ribs is. Now, this whole concept of food sticking doesn't please me. I think food should basically do its job and split. Drop off nutrients, check out by noon, or charge it for another day. But you can use this whole stickage thing to your advantage. You know how you can tell if spaghetti is ready without timing it? Throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, it's done. I didn't know that. You can't do that with a turkey. I mean, you can. You certainly have free will, but you really have to wing it. I know. See, I was raised back east. Pizza and milkshakes are fifth food group. You move to Los Angeles, you lose all authenticity. Absolutely. Well, now when I want a milkshake, I got to go to these fast food establishments. And 2 times a year, I figure it won't kill you. But the show is great. They hire these kids that are so stupid, I had no idea. I mean, I had an idea, but in actuality, you can flip them out so easily. You can drive through and say things like, yeah, can you tell me the difference between a Whopper and a Whopper with cheese? And they're like... Yeah, hold on. Rob! Get the burger manual. I need to see a diagram. You walk in these places. Let me show you. They work... They're like 1.5 feet apart. Do you know that? They're literally this close to each other, and they make them use microphones. It's like, I need a whale with tartar sauce. Put it in a bag with the straw, right? Put the napkin in the bag with the straw. It's like somebody using a bullhorn to wake you up in the morning. Tremendous overkill. And maybe it's me. I don't know. But 2 times a year I go in. It doesn't matter where in the country I am. There's always some brother complaining about his schedule. Maybe I bring civil unrest to a place, but I walk in, it's like, shit, I told that man, look, I ain't working over that Friday no double shift. I told the man last week, I said, look, I don't play this because I got managerial skills. I should be a managerial. We begin now comedy for both hemispheres of your brain. A lot of people don't know that you have 2 hemispheres in your brain. It's not our fault, because our bodies don't come with an instruction manual. I'd like to see that in the future. A little booklet, little pamphlet with little hints, like don't pick your nose while going over bumpy roads. Not heavy religious dogma, just little hints. You go, okay, I see the point. You have a left and right hemisphere in your head. One side of your brain controls linear, logical thought. That'll now be represented by this microphone. The other hemisphere is a garage sale. Thoughts, statements, fragments, character vignettes, one-liners, it's different. The other hemisphere of your brain controls imagination. And if you had my head, thoughts like this might pass through. Why is Wednesday called hump day when most people get laid on the weekends? Why is Canada Dry wet? Why do they call it rush hour and your car just sits there? Why is easy listening music so hard to listen to? Now, the rule is, when I go over here, it will have nothing to do with anything being discussed from this hemisphere, and I can walk over there at any time. Now, it's different. I grant you that. I started about 1.5 years ago, and my friend said, Jeff, we think you're going through an identity crisis. That's what they said, and my gynecologist told me if they say that, they're not really your friends. If women ran the Pentagon, would missiles be shaped differently? do you think the American Indians felt when they first saw the Pilgrims? Great boat people. I stepped on a tetanus shot needle. Now what? Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's comedy for the 80s. Do you realize we're living in a time where pizza gets to our houses faster than the police? Not kidding. Oh, yeah. Call them both at the same time, you'll be stuffed by the time the cops get there. How do they do this? That's the question. My best guess is they have the pizzas already made, and they have psychics in trucks driving around our neighborhood. That's what I think. I like when I drive past one of those psychic reader places that are out of business. They should have known. You know, of all people, they really should have known. Makes the whole trade look bad when one of them go, doesn't it? Nah, man, see, like, you wrong about that. Nah, see, officer, like, the credit card's not stolen. My name is Hyman Rabinowitz. Hello, is this the trauma center? Yes! Do you think the Pope ever French kisses the ground if it's a country he really likes? Can you say that? You know, I used to get high with Plato. Not the clay, the philosopher. I remember it like it was yesterday. You know, some things are so vivid. We were standing outside of the Parthenon after one of his lectures, smoking a doobie, and I looked at him, and I said, "Play," because we were on a monosyllabic basis. I said, "Play, what's your philosophy of life?" And he looked at me, he said, "Before I tell you, you have to understand that philosophy is the science of estimating values. The superiority of one substance or state over another is determined by philosophy." I looked at him and I said, "No more for you." You're stoned. You want to have all your faculties about you when you're sitting there with a man of that intellect discussing serious things like, if Fred Flintstone knew that the large order of ribs was going to tip over his car, why did he get them at the end of every show? If you have a funeral at night, do all the cars have to turn their lights off? Create more business. Do people in France use American ticklers? Ooh. When cows laugh, does milk come out of their nose? Do women pee in the shower also? Thanks for playing along. Good night.